We are all one within the universe. We are all made of the stuff of stardust. In this vast cosmic arena, in our obscurity within this cosmos, there is not one clue suggesting that help will come from somewhere else to save us from ourselves. This sphere, which we call Earth, is the only world which we know to harbor life. There is nowhere else presently which our species can go to live as we presently do. This is where we must make our stand. This underscores the necessity that we must cooperate more friendly with one another and to preserve and cherish the only place we know which we can call home.
Have you ever seen one of those water challenges where you get to guess which of the bottled water companies has the freshest water, only to find out that most of all of them have some level of deficiency? Some are too alkaline, or some are too high with pH levels. Some boast of coming from some place where the water is freshest place on earth, or some other fantastic claim. Well, the truth is that all of these manufacturers filter the water that they use. And most of the water sources are straight from the same tap water that we all use. Only thing is, they've all been sent through some sort of industrial filtration system and need to have additives added, such as chlorine or extra vitamins. Truth is, most all sources of water found in America are already tainted with such impurities as medicines that we flush down our toilets or pesticides from our farmers. Pollution can come from chicken or swine farming or any other type of activity generating hazardous waste. Polluting ingredients that affect creatures that live in water, which also affects us and our health. Ever wonder where a majority of the contaminants come from? Well, one primary daily source that's overlooked is what we do with our leftover foods and liquids. As I call it in my book, the after meal. When we throw away mixed liquids and solids in the garbage waste cycle, we create toxic liquids. You see, leftover animal and vegetable waste, once it's mixed with liquids that we also throw away, gets mixed up in the black liner bag, creating a solution that oftentimes gets placed into our main source of dealing with our waste products, the black liner bag. This toxic liquid, or lactate, soon makes its way to our landfills. This concoction eventually makes it down into our underground water aquifers or our streams, rivers, lakes, and oceans due to spills once it rains or by other means of accidental contamination. One thing we can do to prevent the creation of these elements, these liquids, and animal and vegetable waste would be to stop mixing them up in the first place. You see, one way or the other, these pollutants get into our water source or spilled onto the Earth's surface, which is how it gets into our food or water sources, thusly back into our bodies. We can prevent some of this pollutant by outfitting our restaurants with liquid waste receptacles or liquid waste cans, such as the one I have invented, which is called the WRC, or water reclamation canister. It's a gray water system which gives our waiters and waitresses a place to dispose of unused table water. It separates ice from drinks and melts it for a secondary use, such as toilet or lawn applications. Who needs to pee in fresh water? Ugh. It also accepts potable water, such as melted ice from salad bars or soda drinks containers, which use ice to cool drinks at the convenience store. So instead of flushing this potable water down into the sewer, we have an alternative system which targets such reusable water streams to a toilet or lawn application. The water reclamation canister is my patented gray water system developed by OMT Systems, my company, One Man's Trash. For more information about my book, The After Meal, and my product, the WRC, go to omtsystems.com. See, many of these problems we create our own selves. Don't just exist. Care about something. We're all in this boat together. did. The Romans built great aqueducts of cement and brick to bring fresh water to their bath pools and supply their civilization with fresh water, which kept down disease and pestilence, which took down other great civilizations. Fast forward to the great civilizations of the European nation of the 18th century, it was disease and the Black Plague which wiped out their populations by the millions. As we see examples of modern-day viruses like bird influenza and mosquito-based transmissions of pestilence which threaten us today. But were it not for modern-day medical technology, we too would be in dire straits. The point being is that water, which is essential to all life on Earth, is also the key to healthy, vibrant life on Earth. Awakening in the 21st century to see the advent of such birth problems such as autism, cancers, Lou Gehrig's syndrome, and other such unexplainable anomalies which affect us, I beg to argue that the poisoning of our water supply should be considered and examined more thoroughly. Scientists have already proven and tied together the fact that medicine that we flush down our very own toilet have resurfaced to be discovered in the bodies of our very own food source, such as fish and other food sources in our direct food chain. When we examine the foods that we consume, we find the chemical ingredients in butterfats, which are a mixture of triglycerides of different fatty acids, such as oleic, eristic, palmitic, and stearic acids, which make up 80% of these fatty acids. Artificial strawberry flavors can contain nearly 50 chemical ingredients. MSG, which is an excitotoxin, which means it overexcites your cells to the point of damage or death, causing brain dysfunction and damage to varying degrees, and potentially even triggering or worsening learning disabilities, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, Lou Gehrig's disease, and more. Preservatives, which lengthen the shelf life of foods, are linked to health problems such as cancers, allergic reactions, and more. Preservatives that affect the neurological system of the brain, alter behavior, and cause cancers are all part of the toxic makeup, which can be found in the makeup of the toxins within the black liner bag. I argue, does it still make sense to combine liquids in the mix with other waste products of animal and vegetable waste, creating a petri dish of toxic elements which cannot be tested? Is it a far reach to conclude that these liquids that go into our black liner bag should be more carefully considered as shitting where you eat, as the liquids from these same black liner bags can easily end up in our bodies? I conclude the downfall of the great America can very well be attributed to how we handle our garbage, how we create it or not. My product, the WRC, water reclamation canister, is one step towards preventing a great catastrophe. The mixing of liquids and solids in the black liner bag. Find out all about it in my book, The Aftermath. Available July of this year.
When our presentations make your video go viral.
So do you have everything was fine for you here?
Yes. Yes, everything was excellent.
That's good.
You guys are doing a tremendous service.
That's what we want to hear. We want to give the best service that we can. All the
I'm making a documentary on what you're doing.
Sure.
You're gonna be on a video, man. I hope to be somebody one day. I got a video. I got a book. It's called The After Meal. It's about all of this shit after you finish eating, where your shit goes. People think because they put it in a black liner bag, it's gone. But the people that do this is what it's all about. I'm putting a video on that. So.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you. We a hauling company. It's my own family, personal family business right here. We out of Pinole.
That's your phone number there?
Yep, that's our phone number right here. Junk Titans. We've been at it for 12 years.
Anything else you want to say about it?
Yeah, you know, we just young black men trying to do something for ourselves out here. That's it, you know, producing and trying to make a better way for our people. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing?
A little documentary on recycling.
Okay.
You're gonna be on TV.
Trying to do our part.
Yes, sir. I got money. Replant it. This is where we do it in my community. Plastics. They get a lot of money. Returning reusable plastics. This is how you do it. Saving our earth. If she can do it, why can't you?
Dust to dust, liquids to liquids. This is a must. And this is why the separation of post-packaging material is so very important and valuable.
外しました。この中にプラスチックを入れます。これが油を作る原料になるプラスチックですね。ちっちゃい装置のいいところはクラッシュしない。そのまま袋のまま形のあるまま入れられるんで油になるっていうことが分かりやすい。これでスイッチを入れます。これで今ヒーターの温度がどんどん上がり始めてプラスチックが溶けて液体になります。液体が沸騰してから、ガスがここを通ってこの中に入ります。でこれは水道の水なんですけど、この水の温度でガスが冷えて液体に戻ったやつがこの水の上にだんだん溜まってきます。このできた油は混合油なんでこのままただ燃やすのには大丈夫なんですけど、これをさらに蒸留してガソリン、ディーゼルオイルとか灯油とかに分けてそれで使いますね。分ければ車でも使えるしバイクも OK ですし、発電機だとかボイラーだとかストーブとか普通の、石油と同じだけの使い道があります。 1kg のプラスチックからだいたい1リッターできます。 1kg のプラスチックを燃やすと 3kg の CO2 に化けるんです。でもそれを電気の力で 熱を加えて石油に戻す。この時点で80% ぐらいの CO2 を削減したことになるんです。